Everyone knows, loves, and visits the well-known European cities of London, Rome, and Paris. But if you're looking for a romantic getaway, their popularity, which results in bustling crowds and loud sounds, could impede any hope of quiet romance. Hello everybody, welcome back to Passport Pages, and today we're showing you 10 of the most romantic, postcard-perfect towns in Europe. Before we begin, we post great travel videos every week, so please subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified. Yes, the major cities of Europe are very romantic, but sometimes you just want seclusion for a romantic escape. And even if you're not looking for a romantic destination, these towns are so beautiful and idyllic that they make for the perfect escape for everyone. So get ready to fall in love with these 10 European small towns. Porto, Portugal. The capital of Portugal, Lisbon, has been quite the tourist destination, and as a result, Porto in the northwest part of the country has historically been overlooked by tourists and travelers. But lately, more people have been noticing Porto, and it's not hard to see why. While it is the second largest city in Portugal, it maintains a small town charm and sense of culture. Head to the riverside district called Ribeira for a charming walk along cobblestone streets as you pass by shops, restaurants, and cafes. Be sure to see the stunning Baroque church São Francisco, which has stunning gilded carvings and beautiful interior. The city gets its name from its famous production of port wine, which is still stored in cellars along the banks of the Douro River, so be sure to sign up for a port tasting tour. Porto also has a very vibrant nightlife scene with many unique late-night restaurants and bars. It's the perfect romantic getaway filled with history, charm, and abundance of attractions. Taormina, Italy. There's no question that Italy is filled with many romantic seaside towns, but we're focusing on the town of Taormina, located high on the cliffs of Sicily. Not only does this town have perfect cafe-lined streets, but the intriguing ancient ruins add another element of mystery and romance. Visit the Teatro Antico di Taormina, which is an ancient Greco-Roman theater still in use today. Taormina also has many old churches, delicious restaurants, lively bars, and antique shops. The views from this clifftop town are second to none, whether you're looking at magnificent Mount Etna, which is so close it looks like you could reach out and touch it, or the Ionian Sea and its beautiful beaches. For an especially romantic stay, try the Belmont Grand Hotel Timeo, where you'll have breathtaking views and only an 8-minute walk to the beach. Don't miss this incredibly picturesque and romantic European town. Benasque, Spain. No, this isn't the Swiss Alps, it's actually northern Spain. The beautiful town of Benasque is located high in the Pyrenees mountain range, and this incredibly gorgeous place is perfect for all those who like to mix outdoorsy activities in with their romance. It's the perfect setting for hiking and fly fishing with very cool summers and cold winters. With such a high elevation, this town does get quite a bit of snow, but this just adds to its dreamlike landscape and vistas. Escape the cold in the Hotel Cydia, a family-run rustic yet cozy hotel which is a large fireplace, perfect to warm yourself while sipping some cider. With its majestic mountain peaks, waterfalls, tiny stone towns, lakes, and wonderful hiking, the Benasque Valley of Spain is the definition of picturesque charm and romance. Haarlem, the Netherlands. Another town which is overshadowed by a more well-known city, Haarlem has all the charm of Amsterdam in a much more peaceful small town setting. It was once a major trading port, even surrounded by a defensive wall, and you can see the signs of its medieval character in its cobblestone streets and very charming architecture, like its many gabled houses. Head to the Grote Markt, located at the historic heart of Haarlem, which in addition to its markets, also hosts regular festivals and concerts and is the hub of daily life. Take a guided tour of the Moulin de Adrian, a lovely windmill perched right over the river. This is a town where you cannot miss out on the shopping, it's that good, so be sure to browse the many shops and boutiques. The Spaarne River wanders through the heart of Haarlem, providing the perfect setting for a canal cruise, which is a very relaxing and romantic way to view the city. Haarlem also has many educational and moving museums to visit, from the Frans Hals Museum and Gallery to the very moving Corrie ten Boom House. With all of its sights, cultural attractions, and wonderfully romantic scenery packed into a smaller town, it's easy to navigate all that Haarlem has to offer, making it a true visitor's paradise. St. Moritz, Switzerland. Now we know what you're thinking. St. Moritz, the center of wealth and glamour, isn't exactly a secret small town, nor does it make for a romantic setting. But we're strictly talking about escaping to St. Moritz for a romantic getaway in the summer, when it could pass for a ghost town. Many people dismiss this town in the off-season, but they're missing out on great hiking and activities that aren't available during ski season. St. Moritz Lake is absolutely breathtaking, and the east side of the lake is filled with hotels, restaurants, and cafes where you can stop while walking the path that follows the entire lake shore. Visit the Engadine Museum, where you'll find over 4,000 items, giving a glimpse into local alpine life from the 13th through the 19th centuries. For a romantic mode of transportation, enjoy a horse-drawn carriage where you and your loved one can enjoy the beautiful mountain and lake views. Have a romantic picnic at Europe's highest barbecue site, Diovolezza, located 3,066 meters high. You can purchase barbecue packages like the Magical Fire Pack, and then sit back and enjoy some of the most amazing views in the Alps while eating your delicious picnic. Summertime also affords the opportunity to sample the amazing cheeses of the area at the Alpine Cheese Dairy, where you can watch the cheese-making process over an open fire, and you can top it off with a delicious brunch. St. Moritz makes for a hidden gem in the summer and the perfect romantic escape for couples. Giethoorn, the Netherlands. Let's head back to the Netherlands for a village that looks like something from a fairy tale, Giethoorn. This small town in northern Holland has everything you need for a perfect fairy tale setting. Old wooden bridges hundreds of years old, tree-lined footpaths, and even thatched roof homes. It's been called the Venice of the North for its many canals, but unlike Venice, it's a very peaceful and quiet place, where the loudest noise you'll hear is the quacking of a duck. You can rent your own boat to row down one of the waterways. There are 3 canal-side museums to visit, and the hotels are located directly at the water's edge. For hikers, the Giethoorn walking route is over 15 kilometers long and provides a path from Giethoorn to a nearby water village and back. The canals are dotted with the most charming restaurants, making for the perfect afternoon. Visit the charming town of Giethoorn for one of the most tranquil, picturesque, and idyllic towns you'll ever see. Český Krumlov, Czech Republic. Prague has become quite the tourist destination, but if you drive just a couple of hours south, you'll find the enchanting town of Český Krumlov. The town's architecture is mostly Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque styles, and right at the heart of it all is a 13th century castle, Český Krumlov Castle, which is very large and imposing for a town of this size. There are many perfect spots for a picnic along the river, and many backpackers enjoy doing so in the summer. Český Krumlov has lively bars and restaurants, attracting more tourists in the warmer months, but if you visit during winter, you can escape the crowds, and the castle looks so beautiful when covered in snow. The town is like a smaller version of Prague, but much easier to traverse. You can cross from one side to the other in 20 minutes, and not nearly as many people, so all the charm and beauty without the crowds of Prague make it a perfect romantic European small town. Hallstatt, Austria. Austria is known for some of the most beautifully romantic cities in the world. But if you'd like the beauty and romance and amazing scenery without the crowds, drive 1 hour from Salzburg or 3 hours from Vienna to Hallstatt, the lovely UNESCO World Heritage town that oozes charm and beauty from the moment you see it. Set against the glass-like Hallstatter Sea, or Lake Hallstatt, and the Dockstein Mountains, it's so incredibly beautiful you'll have to pinch yourself. You can walk around the village in about an hour, and much of its abundant charm can be found in its many cafes and shops housed in very old alpine homes, as well as churches that date to the 12th century, a bustling market square, and many very romantic candlelit restaurants. Go for a boat ride on Lake Hallstatt, where you can choose from being your own captain or joining a guided boat tour. For an even better view, ride the Hallstatt funicular for aerial views of the village below. If you hike an additional 15 minutes, you'll reach the entrance of the Hallstatt salt mine, the world's first known salt mine, where you can walk inside about a mile or 2 kilometers throughout the mine and then have a mine train bring you back. One of the many wonderful experiences you can have in Hallstatt. It truly is one of the loveliest small towns, not just in Europe, but on Earth, and you're bound to experience romance in this gorgeous place. Iseo, Italy. Unlike the comparable Lake Como 65 miles away, Lake Iseo has the beauty without the crowds and many tourists. This very pretty town is set on Lake Iseo's southern shore, and Mount Isola soars up from the center of the lake. You can take a boat trip to this island, which has 11 small villages with beautiful churches, frescoes, and a medieval castle. The hills surrounding the lake offer a variety of hikes for all skill levels and, of course, offer amazing views of the Alps and lake. Ferry boats are always crossing the lake. Take a ride which can take up to 3 hours for a very picturesque sail. For something a bit different, head off the southern tip of Lake Iseo to the Reserva Natural Torbiere del Selbino, a protected wetland filled with many endangered plants and animals where visitors can explore the native wildlife. For a beach day, head to the Little Beach, literally La Spiaghetta, which is a grassy beach area that is free and open to the public. It even has a bar where you can grab a drink and snack so you can enjoy the perfect lake views as long as possible. Lake Iseo is surprisingly unknown to most people outside the country, with most flocking to Como, so you have all the churches, piazzas, and castles to yourself, making for a much more peaceful and romantic stay. And finally, while there are many perfect small European towns on our list, perhaps the crown jewel is Annecy, France, the dreamy alpine town in southeastern France on the tip of Lake Annecy overlooking snow-capped mountains. Known for its cobblestone streets, winding canals, and most of all, its pastel-colored houses, Annecy is the perfect place for romance, where you can bike or hike around it, or just stroll hand in hand along the canals, where you'll be dazzled by all the bright colors of the pastel houses and brightly colored flower boxes. For a perfect afternoon, stop for a delicious croissant and coffee at one of the many delicious bakeries and just people watch and admire the architecture and scenery. Annecy is also home to many fresh food markets, with the Sunday Annecy market considered one of the best in the country. All couples must stop by the Pont d'Amour or Lover's Bridge, where legend says if 2 lovers kiss here, they will stay together forever. What could be more romantic? Have a picnic at the beautiful lakeside park, Gardens of Europe, which is the perfect spot to enjoy all the amazing baguettes, cheeses, and pastries of Annecy. Perhaps the most picturesque place of all is the Palais des Îles, which surprisingly is a museum. The structure dates all the way back to the 12th century and formerly served as a prison, mint, courthouse, and even a residence. Most people don't realize it is open a few days a week in the summer months, so have a look inside. Annecy also has many old churches filled with medieval paintings and artifacts, so stop in to see some amazing history. Annecy even has many beaches around the lake, and you can even take a refreshing dip in the lake, which is incredibly clear and beautiful. It's the quintessential small, romantic European town with its bridge-covered canals, vibrant colors everywhere, and picture-perfect scenery. You'll definitely want to visit many times. So there are the 10 romantic small European towns you have to see to believe. This was really fun to do, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Please let us know in the comments if you've experienced any of them, which you would go back to, and any other suggestions. We would really appreciate you liking this video if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to our channel for more videos by hitting the button below. Thank you so much for watching and listening. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.